I'm a Catholic.
Wow,
Yeah.
I see.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Edward Kwabi. Well, you're welcome back. We're still doing New Day, the refreshing morning show on TV3, brought to you by Vodafone. Power to you. Lipton Tea, the world's #1 tea brand. Voltic, naturally, and also Melcom, where Ghana shops. Right now, we want to talk about the Methodist Church of Ghana, specifically the Emmanuel Society in East Airport here in Accra. And that society is celebrating its 20th anniversary. Now, they're here not just because of their celebration of their 20th anniversary. We have invited them because of the projects they're working on. The Cancer Fund, established to help poor and needy cancer patients. They're also establishing a school complex to support orphanages and homes, as well as other social responsibility programs they are taking up. So we are joined this morning by the very Reverend Kojo Akuboham. He's a minister in charge, Emmanuel Methodist Society, East Airport. Good to have you here with us. And also Mr. Kwesi Abesam. He's a founding member of the Emmanuel Methodist Church. Good to have both of you here.
Thank you.
You can imagine how blessed I am this morning. Yeah. Yeah. Forgive me for not praying this morning, but I have the men of God here, so I'm covered. All right. Good to have both of you here. Let's talk about your 20th anniversary. Yeah. This cancer fund you set up. Tell us, what inspired the setting up of this fund?
Right. I will ask my senior brother to
answer that question. Okay, Mr. Abisam.
Well, the church had been around for a little while, and members have been involved in one or two programs. In fact, the key member who started leading this himself was a cancer patient.
Right.
And my wife was a cancer patient. So having gone through those experiences, they were moved to start something, because they saw that there were several people who went to the center but could not afford to pay. And sometimes some lost their lives as a result of that. So that moved the church to start this. But I think I would like Osofo to give the greater detail as to how the fund was established and how it is working.
Osofo.
Right. So, as an addition to what my senior brother has said, last year, around July, we organized the inauguration of that cancer fund. We invited members and other people who were well-wishers to Emmanuel Society. We asked our presiding bishop, the Professor, most Reverend Professor Iban Lasanti, to come to inaugurate it. And by the grace of God, we got about 100,000 Ghana cedis and put it in a certain financial management society which was managing the fund for us. So far, what we've done is, come Sunday, when we get to the zenith of our celebration for the 20th anniversary, we have got about 7 patients from the cancer unit from Kolebu. We are liaising with that unit. And we have got about 7 people who will come. And then for the first time, since last year, we haven't given 80 people, nobody has become a beneficiary, but we are starting Sunday. So we can come and cover it and see those people who are the first beneficiaries.
I take up the invitation.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good. That's right. So we are giving about 7 people who are going to be the first beneficiaries to the cancer fund.
Okay, and as Mr. Abesam said, one of the founding members himself had cancer. His wife had gone through that as well. I'm sure daily you are inundated with calls. People who feel that people suffering from one form of cancer or the other, but are unable to pay for treatment. Would you say that 7 for a start is enough?
Well,
Mr. Abesam.
They said a journey of 1,000 miles
begins
starts
with a
first step.
Yeah.
Now, if the 7 could effectively be covered, then that would be something in the right direction. Then prepares the way for people to give more into the fund and for us to expand the number of people who could benefit. But if you don't start, and if what you start is so huge that you don't have enough funds for it, then it is not effective. So 7 may look small, but we think it's a good foundation.
Actually, I think it's a great foundation. And just by the way, I know some of the questions that will come up with this interview. You don't have to be a member of the church to benefit from the fund.
No.
Okay. So how are you hoping to sensitize every Ghanaian about this concept? Because I'm sure that people probably in Tamale, in Cape Coast, in Ho, who would want to contribute to this fund. How do they gain access to the fund?
Right, communications system is very agile, and we have our own brother Professor Johnson and others who are actually conscientizing the people, although it has not been very regular. We were trying to bide our time so that, as you said, you will not be inundated with requests. So now that we have had a year and we have a little bit grown the money or the fund, what we shall do is to put in 1 or 2 adverts, probably with you and other places. But we will also have a committee which will look in consultation with the unit at Kolego, and then we pick those which are critical, and then we go to their aid.
Bless you. And so just in case you want to contribute something, well, the Emmanuel Methodist is a society or church?
Yes,
society is in East Airport. So you can
Grey Estate.
Regimental Grade Estate. You can pass through the church any day, and I'm sure Sopho is regularly there. And then you can contribute. Also, you are establishing a school complex, and you intend to support orphanages and homes. How's that going, Mr. Abisam?
Maybe we'll separate the two. Our support for orphanages and homes has been a long-standing thing since we were created. And at first, our support went predominantly to Bourgeoisie orphanage. We have another program that Osofo will talk about. But later, the Methodist Church itself opened an orphanage at Jahati Rafiki Center, and our support has moved more towards Rafiki than Bourgeoisie. Now the school we have established is right on our compound. This is a school to benefit people who live in the area, and it started 3 years ago, 2012, and it starts from just pre-KG, KG, and now we have primary 1 to primary 6. The whole idea is to give quality education with a sound,
very characteristic of the Methodist Church,
with a sound moral background. So that is right on our church compound. And again, to set an example, my own grandson is there.
That's nice. That's very nice. We know the principles of the Methodist Church. We've seen how successful some of the Methodist schools are in this country. So I think it's a step in the right direction. And your theme for your 20th anniversary is Emmanuel, 20 years of his presence, a journey of faith. Why this theme? Also,
right. When you have a project in sight, you need to be thematic so that you get focused. We chose this theme, Emmanuel, God with us, 20 years of his existence, or in his presence, a journey of faith. It's interesting we are not able to give the genesis of even choosing the name Emmanuel. But as the name suggests, God is always with us. So he will be with us even when there is no age. We chose this because for 20 years we have just crossed the adolescence of human existence. So we are now getting into adulthood. And we have not forgotten the issue that God has been always with us, and he will be with us throughout. Having spent 20 years around, not only at Regimental Estate, but from the beginnings, East Airport residential area and vicinity, until we came to Regimental. Many things have happened, and we just mentioned a few of them. Building a school to give a moral sound training to our children. And indeed, our curriculum has been expanded beyond the normal things that we do in school. We are adding a swimming pool so that every child who passes through our school will know how to swim before he leaves. We are contemplating that by the time we get to the SHS, every child who passes through Emmanuel School should have been taught how to drive a car. It is coming.
Very ambitious.
Very ambitious, and it could be done.
And innovative, I must say, very innovative.
Our computer lab is about 90% complete. It shall be inaugurated next Saturday. These are some of the things that we are doing.
And you have a scholarship scheme as well,
sure,
I've been told.
Given to children in the senior high school, and we have a few of them in the tertiary. Some of our brothers are willing to donate so that we beef up the funds that we are given in the scholarship scheme. We are sponsoring 2 or 3 of them at the Polytechnic, and we have 2 that we are sponsoring at the Methodist University and other tertiary institutions. These are some of the things that we want people to know, that we are not there only to praise God and to sing, but there are other social responsibilities that the church can give to the society in which it lives, so that its presence will be felt more and more in the community.
Mr. Abisam, I'm sure that the church has encountered some challenges. It's not been so smooth as we would want to believe. Can you take us through some of the challenges?
The initial challenge was space. So we had to start in somebody's school. We were even tempted to build our own hall in that school, but that did not come to pass. So we moved from Association International School to Engelbert, and we came from Engelbert to the present location, which luckily was donated to us by a member. But we live close to a gated community, and it is not so easy to enter other people's houses. Sometimes it has its advantages, and sometimes it has its disadvantages. It's not like any other community where you could enter anybody's house at any time. But yet, in spite of this, systematically the church has grown from that little unit to a growing society, and hopefully even to get to the next level in the Methodist structure, which Osofo might explain better.
Okay. In addition to that, one of the greatest challenges that we face is the distance. Accra has overbloated with population and with distance. And some of our members have gone outside the immediate surroundings. Far, some living even beyond Budubrim. And they love to come to Emmanuel, Adenta and others. So it is a great challenge to ride through this menacing traffic and come to Emmanuel, even on Sundays when we are having our normal services, let alone when they are supposed to attend evening services. Through Spintex Road, terrible and terrific. It is a great challenge, but with the willingness of the members, we are gradually getting ourselves conscientized enough as to make God's service our delight, so that He makes our wants His care.
Okay. I'll just give you the last word, Mr. Abisam, about the future of Emmanuel. We've crossed 20 years, and the next 20 years.
You can see from the theme that we have depended on faith, and we believe we will continue in that. We have been moved by the grace of God and the love of God. So as we move forward, it's likely that about next year we will become a circuit in the East Airport area. When we are looking forward now, our school is just a single stream. We are looking forward to expand it to a full 3-stream school from KG1 to primary 6 and junior secondary school. Then later adding the senior high school. So apart from reaching out people spiritually, we also hope to continue in some of these social areas and make an impact, not only in our area, but areas beyond the East Airport.
Okay. I have to say a big thank you to both of you. The very Reverend Kojo Akoboha, Minister in Charge, Emmanuel Methodist Society, East Airport, and Mr. Kwesi Abisam, founding member of the Emmanuel Methodist Church. Thank you very much for your time this morning. We wish you all the best, and you must ensure, just in case you feel you have the wherewithal, to contribute to the Cancer Fund by the Emmanuel Society.